Namaskar and good morning, everyone. I think that in the participants, there are many parents as well as some of the teachers also, special teachers and other professionals who joined this webinar. I am NC Srinivas. I am faculty in speech pathology and audiology and also heading the Department of Therapeutics, NIPAD, headquarters, Secunderabad. Today's topic we selected is tips on speech and language stimulation for parents. We kept it as parents because maybe during the pandemic situation and especially there is lockdown everywhere in all the states almost, so it has become difficult for parents to actually reach out to the professionals and then try to discuss about how to train their children for communication and all. So there are a lot of gaps in the training. So we thought that maybe we'll have some kind of a program where some kind of tips could be given to the parents so that they can work out on these tips at home with their children. Of course, these tips will be useful even to the professionals and teachers invariably who are going to counsel many parents, and maybe during their counseling sessions they can even share these tips with those parents so that they can get benefit. And these tips are actually in general for any kind of communication problem that is there in the developmental disabilities. It's not that it's only meant for intellectual disability or only meant for hearing impairment and all. Wherever there is problem in communication or speech language development, people can very freely use these tips so that they can stimulate their children. And today's topic is being led by Mrs. J. Prashanti, who is a speech pathologist at NIPAD, Secunderabad. So now I request Prashanti to take over and continue with the topic. Prashanti, please.
Yes, sir. Uh, Good morning, everyone. Uh, uh, First, I thank Director for giving me this opportunity to have a webinar with parents, and I would like to give a couple of instructions to the participants. Please follow these instructions. Please mute your microphones, and please do not share screen, and questions will be carried in the end of the session. Please. Mute.
It is next.
Okay, as Sir said, introduced, I'm Prashanti. I'm working here as speech pathologist at NIPID Secunderabad. Today, the webinar's topic is tips on speech and language stimulation for parents. So, before starting the tips on stimulation aspects, I would like to give some idea on speech, language, and communication aspects to the parents. So, definition of speech. Speech is the audible manifestation of language. Speech production is the complex motor act that involves movements of various articulators. Usually, speech production happens with the help of our articulators. Articulators are nothing but your jaw, tongue, lips, teeth, hard palate, soft palate. These structures helps us in production of speech. Coming to the definition of language, language is the main vehicle for communication. So, language is important in every aspect of our lives because it allows people to communicate in a manner that enables the sharing of common ideas. As we all know, we communicate with each other with the help of language. Without knowing the language, we cannot communicate. So, with the help of speech and language, we can communicate with others, and communication really helps us in sharing our ideas, thoughts, feelings, our desires, emotions, etc. So communication is very much important in our lives. So to have a better speech and language communication skills, one should develop few things before the acquisition of speech and language. Those are nothing but prerequisites. We call it as prerequisites for normal development of speech and language. So one should have a normal brain development, that is nothing but neuromotor maturation, and sensory abilities. Sensory abilities are nothing but child should have a proper hearing, vision, sense, smell, taste, touch, and motor ability. Speech production mechanism, nothing but oroperipheral mechanism, and normal intelligence and cognitive development. And our topic is on stimulating environment also, because I would like to encourage parents with this webinar how to practice with their kids at home. That's the reason I'm stressing on this stimulating environment prerequisite. In the stimulating environment, emotional caring relationship and rewards for the child's attempts to communicate is important.
हिंदी में
Whenever,
बताओ, हिंदी में.
whenever a child produces something, one should encourage the child, one should praise the child, appreciate the child, so that the child will be motivated to
इंग्लिश
produce
समझ
more
में नहीं आ
fruits.
रही, हिंदी बोलो. हिंदी में बात करो, हिंदी में.
Okay, I will use both Hindi and English. Is that fine? Simple English?
हाँ.
Okay. So effective model is nothing but whoever is with the baby throughout the day. That means whoever is motivating the child throughout the day to improve speech and language skills or other skills. बोले तो घर में ज़्यादा कौन रहते, बच्चे और बच्चे के साथ ज़्यादा बात करते, ज़्यादा चीज़ सिखाते ना, उन लोगों को इफेक्टिव मॉडल शुड बी वेरी गुड. ओके, प्रोवाइडिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू कम्युनिकेट. बच्चा को टाइम पे हर चीज़ देना, हर चीज़ खिलाना करना नहीं करना, बिकॉज दे विल बी not using their language abilities, because everything is provided before time or in time. So आप opportunity दिए तो बच्चे लोग बात करते, यानी उन लोगों को जो चाहिए मांगते, आके दूसरों से मांग सकते हैं उन लोग. So these are the prerequisites for normal speech and language development. So one should have a normal brain development, motor ability, sensory ability should be good to have a very good speech and language acquisition skills. So moving on to the topic. Usually infants and toddlers generally develop communication skills in a reasonably predictable way. So this idea I'm giving to the parents especially, because they should have a brief idea on language milestones, rough guideline, because they can understand whether the child is age appropriate or the child's language abilities are delayed. So usually at what age child will be achieving sounds and a few language abilities, I'm giving gross idea to them. Usually cooing and gurgling around 4 months of age, child will be making few sounds at 4 months of age. Babbling with the same sound, that is ba ba ba, da da, mama. These sounds they'll be achieving at around 6 to 7 months of age. Babbling with varied sounds around 9 months of age, that is combination of different vowel consonants and consonants. First words emerging around 12 months of age, and simple word combinations usually develop at the age of 24 months of age. For example, they start using two-word phrases, that is mama come, mama bikki, mama water. Just a second. So by 1 year of age, child will be using first words, and by 2 years of age, they start using two-word phrases. So when the parents have rough idea about the normal development, they can start analyzing their child's language development, whether it is age appropriate or whether it is according to their age group children or not. And it is also important that these communication milestones are really important for the professionals as well as parents, because parents should also understand that usually children develop at different rates because each children is unique, and there is a wide scope of normal when it comes to language development. Many parents really, they feel so difficult, they really worry about their child's language development, and for them early language stimulation बोले तो 0 to 6 years of age group बच्चे को ना ज़्यादा हम मोटिवेट करें, ज़्यादा हम स्टिमुलेट करें ना, वो टाइम पे ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट ज़्यादा होता ना, तो इसीलिए वो क्रिटिकल पीरियड में ज़्यादा चीज़ बच्चे लोग सीखे तो वही चीज़ लाइफ लॉन्ग यूज करके दूसरा स्किल्स भी सीख लेते बाद में. So that 6 years of life is very crucial for the development of skills. Early language stimulation, usually it refers to a range of techniques that parents or caregivers can use to encourage their child to use language. Most of the techniques are straightforward. Whatever techniques I'm going to discuss now, whatever activities I'm going to say, those are very simple. But mentally, if you prepare, okay, when my child does something, then I can practice like this. For example, when child says water, parent should be ready, like you say, Mama, water. Like the water, give. So parents should be aware of what to be done next with the child. So that's the reason I'm giving a few tips on stimulation. Though as professionals and even parents are aware that imitation and modeling are the two important techniques which are used in every session, and also which are used in every session, in a speech therapy, it might be in a behavior modification, whatever. So imitation and modeling are really important for the development of their skills. It is the important language stimulation technique that you can start using even with your infant. Your baby will develop simple actions before they start producing sounds and words. So you need to copy them. So when you copy and imitate their sounds, what happens? They feel so happy, and also they will be encouraged more and more to produce sounds and also to produce actions. So they feel that mama is copying me, papa is copying me, so they will be encouraged to produce more. And also when the child makes some noise, some cooing sound, or when the child vocalizes, the child says e, something like that, immediately whoever is the immediate caregiver of the child, बोले तो बच्चों के साथ ज़्यादा कौन रहते ना, उन लोग इमिटेट करना, इमीडिएटली बच्चों को जो साउंड बोले ना वो रिपीट करना. रिपीट करे तो उन लोग और रिपीट करने के लिए कोशिश करते. In that way only, slowly words will be developed by them. So by simply, if you copy your baby sounds, you're also teaching the conversational skills. When you say child will be, when child says you will be imitating them. After that, again child will be saying it's like, you're taking turns to produce the sounds. Your baby is learning that he says something, like, he will have complete idea that whenever I produce some sound, mama is going to produce some sound. And also you are reinforcement is very important in the development of any skill of the child. you are encouraging the vocalizations, and also you appreciate, oh, aisa bola kya, aisa boli kya, then the child will be encouraged more. In other words, your baby will come to expect you to copy him when he makes a sound, and when you do copy him, he'll be happy about it. Reinforcement will encourage him to vocalize more and more, and your child will be imitating you, which is how he will begin to learn words, as I said. See, here mother is imitating as the baby is clapping, and also whatever you does with the child, you do it with smile, and you do it with more joy, and you do it with, you play going to the, child's level. Because when we use adult tone, and when we own smile, and when we just practice the things as if it is some punishment kind of, no, child will be not getting motivated with our activities. We need to play with them, we need to smile, we need to enjoy the activities whenever we performing with them. Then they gain interest in our activities, and also they really develop the language skills as we are expecting from them. And running commentary. Running commentary is really important in speech and language stimulation. Running commentary is nothing but whatever we do with the child, we need to repeat, we need to describe, we need to drill the words. For example, if the baby is playing with the ball, you can just say that, oh, for example, Cherry is playing with the ball. Who bought the ball? Okay, Cherry is playing, Papa. Cherry is playing with the red ball. Cherry is playing with the big red ball. Likewise, you are adding more words to the child's activity as well. You are introducing many categories over there, many concepts of language over there. You are introducing the nouns, that is ball, and also you are saying the color, and also you are saying the size. So you are introducing many concepts there by giving running commentary. And also the important thing is, if we are expecting child to produce the word, child need to hear a word many times before they attempt to say it. This means parents need to do so much of hard work to teach children new words. Usually, a simple way to do this is by providing this running commentary throughout the day. That is very important and also easy thing, because you need not really sit with the child in a particular place, and if the child doesn't have sitting tolerance also, you can do a running commentary and teach many concepts. In other words, we can describe all the things that your child is doing as they are doing them, as I said. If your child is engaging in pretend play with cups, for example, if the child is playing with the cups, you can say, okay, Cherry is playing with the cups. You pick up the cup, you have dropped it, and pick it up again. And if the child is drinking, some juice, so you are drinking juice, yummy juice. You are drinking in a big cup. So it's like, you are introducing many concepts to them. I'm just giving one more example. So if your child is extremely, interested in following your things, definitely you will get to know, and also consider the child's interest first. For example, if the child is playing with the cups or beads or, building blocks, take only those cups, beads and all, and encourage them in producing more words. Because if you do not consider your child's interest, and we give some more new things to the child, and ask to produce or expect to produce words from the child, they won't be. So we can use the running commentary to improving the skills. And labeling is one more thing which is important. Whenever your child begins to use single words, you will most likely to hear lots of labels. For example, child says, cat, dog, milk, ball. So these are the most useful words for your child, as these are the things that he can see and touch every day. At this stage, it is important for you to encourage your child's vocabulary by labeling the other things which are available in your immediate environment. Your child doesn't know all the words yet and may be simply pointing to different things and looking at you questioningly. When the child knows few objects, he will name it. When he doesn't know what he does, he will just point at the object and they will look at the parent. If not, they will just go and stand there. So what what we need to do? We need to just name the object. For example, child is pointing at the say cup or plate or spoon. Okay, do you want plate? Do you want spoon? Okay, say plate. See, mama is giving you plate. What did mama give you? Again, you are targeting the word plate. So, to you stress on the word plate for 10 to 20 times or 10 to 15 times depending upon the requirement. For example, if your child sees a cat and says kitty, you can begin to label other parts. Like, child has, cat has nose, feet, tail, eyes, fur, and whiskers. So child will be learning other parts which the cat has. So it's not like that your child is ending up only learning cat. Cat will be having other parts like nose, feet, tail, and all. You are introducing new words to the child. In future, child will be using those words also. Choose one new label to begin with, such as whiskers. And whenever your child points to a cat, help him find the whiskers and say whiskers. Before long, your child will be labeling whiskers independently. This simple labeling technique allows parents to improve their child's vocabulary as much as possible. And once your child is using lots of single words, we can go to the next level. And one more important thing, whenever, for example, for cat, as I said, when initially when child says cat or kitty, you just say, okay, you have said kitty or you have said cat. Okay, good. But now you try to say cat because, okay, you said kiki, very good. You said cat, very good. Do not encourage the sounds in the wrong production, because child will be learning and fixing that is the correct word, and child will be using in future also the same word for cat. We need to produce the correct word and tell them that, okay, you said, you first initially repeat the word what they have produced, and then we need to give the right word, adult form of word, then only they'll be using that word in future. Build on your child's words. Once your child is using lots of single words, 50 plus words, around and 18 to 24 months of age, and your child will be start using 2-word phrases, sometimes 3-word phrases, depending upon the stimulating environment. Children learn how to construct sentences from parents. So we need to simplify our language whenever we're talking to them. And whenever you are giving running commentary, and whenever you are labeling few things, and when you are imitating, and when you are modeling, when you are using all these techniques, try introducing lots of concepts, language concepts and language structures. Nothing but you can use verbs, that means sleeping, eating, drinking, jumping, sit, stand, and also you can use some colors, and you can also introduce counting also. It's not that child will be learning counting at 2 years of age, but you are introducing concepts to the child just to repeat the numbers back to you. These words will be interesting to your child in this moment, because all these, verbs, colors, sizes, they'll be having so much fun whenever you really practice all these language structures with them with so much of joy and in a playful manner. And also slowly, when they start using 2-word, 3-word phrases, we can introduce size concepts and also emotive words, nothing but, angry, happy, mama is angry with you, mama is happy with you, are you happy? So, and also location words like, in, under, uh, texture also, it is very soft, it is very hard, it is wet. Different types of language structures can be introduced to them. And one thing parents should be remembering is a treatment method or an educational method that will work for one child may not work for another child, as each child is unique, but early intervention really helps. Now, from 0 to 2 years of age and also 2 to 4 years, 4 to 6 years, I am going to give brief idea what to be done in that particular age period. Usually, from birth to 2 years of age, children produce sounds like, various consonants, vowels, and all they start producing. Initially, they say ma, pa, the, and immediately you repeat those sounds, and child will be repeating those sounds. And whenever the child makes sounds, you look at the baby immediately and talk to them and repeat whatever he says. Looking at the baby is important whenever you're talking. Go to their eye level. If the baby is 2 years, you go to their eye level and then you start talking with them. Then only the child will be having complete attention on your talk. And pretend to have a conversation, and if the child stops saying that sound also, you try to continue the conversation. Oh, you have said this, okay, what are we doing next, something like that. Respond when your baby laughs or make faces. Make the same faces back to her. When the baby laughs or when the baby makes some faces, you repeat, you imitate her. And teach your baby to do whatever you do. It's like non-verbal imitation. So you try to teach clapping and also peekaboo and puffing cheeks. So many things. So whatever we does, child try to imitate us, because initially we have imitated her actions, then child will be imitating us. Talk to your baby as you give him a bath, feed him, and get him dressed. It's like, again, running commentary comes here. Whatever you does with the child during daily routines time, uh, you have to give a complete description and talk about what you are doing, and also where you are going. We are going to, uncle's place. Who all are there, and what are we going to see there? So it's give a complete mental preparation to the baby also. And also after reaching that particular place or after going there, after seeing the things over there, again you can repeat to the child that yes, mama has told you that we are going to uncle's place. See, we have come. See who all are here. See what all things are here. So it's like slowly child will be try to relate things or connect things, whatever you have said earlier and what is the present situation. In that way only, child will be improving language skills age appropriately and also uh, beyond age sometimes. Point out colors and shapes whenever you are dressing up the child, or whenever you are taking for a walk or whatever it is. You try to say colors. See, you are wearing a red dress, and see the moon, it's in the crescent shape. See the star, and okay, you are playing with the balloon, it's in the heart shape. You are playing with the kite, it's in the diamond shape. It's like, you're introducing shapes to the child by relating with the object, and also you can name the colors. Count what you see. For example, you're going to play with the cups. along by sitting with the along sitting side to the child. So you are counting. See, you have got 5 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simply you are introducing some counting system to the children. Use gestures like waving, by, and pointing to the things. And talk about animal sounds always, because this will help your baby to relate the sound and the animal. Whenever you see a dog, you say that, see, dog says bow bow, cat says meow, and also duck says quack quack. Different animal sounds you introduce to the baby, so that child will be learning verbal imitation and also animal sounds, and they relate this particular animal will make this sound. And whenever your baby says mama or amma whatever, you have to say that, see, mama is here, mama is bringing you water, mama is dressing you up. So you have to just keep on saying that, okay. You have to extend the words, extend the utterances made by the child. So to extend the utterances produced by the child, we need to talk in that way, adding the word used by the child. And always read to your child. Reading helps a lot. It's not like that, you are teaching all the academics things and educational aspects to the child. No, reading helps to improve vocabulary of the child. And use pictures. So whenever using pictures, picture cards ज़्यादा use करना और books जो है वो read करे तो क्या होता, subconsciously also they will be listening to all your words, and then they will be choosing large colorful pictures. And take a strong books, because always choose strong books whenever you are practicing some activities with the children. Whenever you're practicing with the children, because they'll be just tearing off the pages and all. So take a strong books and choose large colorful pictures, so that they'll be getting attracted towards your activities. And always whenever you choose large pictures and all, ask your child what is this, and try to get him to point to or name objects. When you ask the child what is name, when you name the object, for example, if you have named apple, if the child has pointed the apple, then next, in the next level, you can ask the child what is this. So child will be trying to say the word apple. Likewise, you can take many picture books. Nowadays, many picture books are available in the market. You can get the books like different categories of nouns, like fruits, vegetables, animals, vehicles, birds also, and also clothing. Many things are there. So you can bring them and you keep showing the pictures to them, and then you just read it, whether they are sitting along with you or not. At least they will listen to the word initially. Slowly, when they get interest, they will come and sit, and they will learn the things. And that is for 0 to 2 years of age. Now we are moving to 2 to 4 years of for age group of children. What are things we need to do with them? So once the child starts using 2-word phrases by 2 years of age, 3-word phrases by 2 years of age, later child will be learning many more things from 2 to 4 years of age. During that time, we need to speak so clearly to your child, because till 2 years of age and below that age group, we use a complete baby talk kind of, and also mothery speech, like for many adult form of words, we substitute some simple words to make the child understand. So from here we can start, when the child starts using some 2 to 3 word phrases and all, and the child has a age appropriate skill by 2 years of age, you can start using adult form of speech. Speak clearly to your child. That is very much important. We should always talk with a louder tone, but with a slow rate of speech. Our speech should be, whenever we are talking, it should be very slow, and it's nothing but we need to model good speech to them. Then only they will have interest. Uh, Repeat what your child says to show that you understand. if the child says juice, or you use words like juice, do you want juice? See, I had juice. Do you want more juice? So, keeping the word juice, you can extend the sentences and then make the child understand that yes, I need to use the phrases or sentences in this manner. And also, always prepare some picture books with the children whenever you are practicing for them. Cut out pictures of from magazines or uh, newspapers and many familiar things which child likes. You need to put them into categories. For example, uh, edible things, and also play items and vehicles. If the child likes animals, you need to prepare a picture book also. If they have seen in some magazines and all, you can just cut them and put it in a book, so that that is also one of the kind of revision and motivating aspect to the children, because they are hearing to those words a number of times and then they will start using the words in future soon. And also you can club different categories of things, for example fruits, vegetables together, and then they will segregate the things. Even you can do it naturally at home. And uh, and always use yes or no questions to the child initially, because do you like to have food, say yes or no. If you don't want, you say no. If you want, say yes. And you put some questions like are you, for example, if the child's name is Cherry, you say, are you Cherry? Child has to say yes. It's like yes or no questions initially you need to introduce to the child, so that you can give choice to them to uh, ask whatever they want. For example, ask questions that include a choice. Do you want an apple or an orange? Do you want to wear your red shirt or blue shirt? Then the child may choose either apple or orange, or red shirt or blue shirt, depending upon the child's interest. Always help your child learn new words every day, because even as an adults, even we learn new nouns every day, because when we go to the store we find some new objects at the store. But still there we go to the storekeeper and ask like what is this and what it is used for, how it is used. So it's like we learning new nouns every day. Even you introduced new nouns to the child every day. And name body parts and talk about what you do with them. This is my nose. I can smell flowers, chocolates, soap, and sim- sing simple songs and say nursery rhymes. This helps your child learn the rhythm of speech. Always sing rhymes with the children, because they will try to imitate your actions, they will try to imitate the rhyme. And also they gain so much of interest in your activities. Whenever you performing some activity, if the child is getting deviated from the activity, you start singing the favorite rhyme of the child. Then the child will be again regaining the interest, and they may sit with you. Then again slowly you can get back to your previous activity. And also you can play a game like place some familiar objects in a box, whichever the child knows, and also unknown things of also. So child will pick one from the box and say, this is ball, I can play with the ball. Papa bought this, something like this. So initially you need to model by picking one more object from the box. Then slowly child will be trying to imitate you, and you place many new objects in the box. So every day child will be seeing some new objects, and also mama what she placed now बोल के उन लोगों को ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट आएगा. So and show pictures of familiar people and places. You can introduce familiar people whoever you meet regularly, and also different places which you visit regularly, and talk about who they are and what happened, and some story like, today we have been there, we met so and so person, uncle, aunt, our cousin, something like that. You show the relation and also the place you have visited, you talk about that. End of the day, bedtime, you can describe the entire day to the child, so that the child will be recollecting the things from morning what has happened, and also in that whenever you talking, child will be picking up some new words again. On the whole, I would like to say that only we are targeting the language aspects of the child. So you introduce so many new words and language structures to the children. And from 4 to 6 years of age, whenever so the child develops language abilities, then the child starts sharing their school activities, and uh, if they play with then friends and all, they'll come and say that today we went to the park and we played with the ball, something like that. So that time, do not ignore the child's speech. Pay attention to your child's speech whenever the child talks to you, because when you ignore and when you don't pay attention towards your child's speech, definitely the child stops sharing with you slowly. So gradually they will stop sharing, because you are not paying attention and you are not showing any uh, uh, you're not giving any response to their talk. And get your child's attention before you talk, and praise your child when she tells you something, and show that you understands her words. All whenever a child comes and shares with you, today we have done so and so things at school, so you appreciate the child, and also you say that, oh, you appreciate verbally, like by praising the child, oh, well done, you have done this good job, so today you're going to get this, something like that, rewards, and also praising the child verbally. This will really help the child to talk more, and also her communication skills will improve a lot. Pause after speaking. This is very important in when everyone is talking, because we need to give pause, and then we need to give chance to the second person, third person to talk, and give their opinion whenever we say. And keep helping your child learn new words. Say a new word and tell him what it means, or use it in a way that helps him understand. For example, you can use the word vehicle. For example, instead of using the words like car, uh, bike, cycle, train, and all, you can start naming the category only, like vehicles. uh, and you can say that, do you like to have fruits? Initially I said you give the choice by putting yes or no questions. Do you like to have orange or apple? Now you can ask the child that, do you like to have fruit? Which fruit? So there is a change. When there is a change in the development, when there is a progress in the development, definitely our activity, our way of improving the child's language skills should vary. That's the reason we are slowly improving the complexity of the tasks with the child. And talk about where things, whether it is in the initial, in the whether it is in the first, middle, or last, or whether it is towards right or left. And also talk about opposites, and also uh, describe things, like describe things. For example, uh, pen, what is this used for? Then the child may say we use it for writing. And also initially you describe the use of the object every time, then slowly you can put questions to your child, and say whether it is cold or sweet or hot. And you can put few questions to your child, like uh, I would like to eat something, cold, and something and I like chocolate in that, and it will be very, tasty, something like that, then the child should guess the proper word. And you can give some other questions like, we write with, you know, child should fill the blank, like, we write with pen, and uh, you usually we communicate with others with the help of some questions like that. We need to write and keep, so that we can use it with the practice with the children. And work on group of items or categories. Find a thing that does not belong in a group. For example, a shoe does not go with an apple and an orange because you can't eat it. And you can club different categories of objects together, and then the child should be uh, segregating them, and then the child should be naming them, and even the category also. And also there we need to include the shape, and also whether it's a edible thing or not. So much of uh, it is really little complex for the children to learn, but when you practice more, definitely they'll be learning. And help your child follow 2 to 3 step in directions. And you, for example, use sentences like, go to your room and bring me your book, and ask your child to give directions to you when you play with the child, because for child should be using 2 step commands verbally also, not only following your instructions. Child should be knowing how to give instructions to you also. And following the child's directions, you can uh, you know
Excuse me, ma'am. You're not audible, ma'am.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Please unmute yourself, ma'am. You're muted.
Madam, not audible, madam.
yeah, 1 second.
Prashant, it is on now.
So till now we were discussing some techniques like imitation, modeling, running commentary, and also stimulation aspects. And also when child produces few words, but how to extend those uh, utterances, and how to uh, improve their concepts, and how to build their language skills. So you can also even narrate stories to your children to improve their vocabulary. And my suggestion is not to spend much of the time on TV or gadgets along with the children at home, because you teach them instead of showing them in television or phone. And whenever you teach some stories to the children, what you do is you talk about the characters involved in the story and put questions in the story. And also in the story, if they have some uh, characters, like whether they are happy or sad, and what they have done, why they have done, put lots of questions in the story, because you will really understand whether the child is had followed your story, and also how much the child has understood. Then this is very much important in future to improve the topic maintenance skill of the child, which is very highest component of language, which is really helpful uh, for the children. And whenever you go out, for example, if you're going to buy a grocery, uh, whenever you take your child along with you, that time you just discuss or tell to your child that we have come here to buy so and so things, and tell them that we have bought these many things. So better that time you discuss the size. See, we have bought this today, small one, big one, everything. That means in the daily routine time, whatever you do, please keep describing and uh, explaining to your children so that they will improve in all the aspects, not only speech and language, in other activities also they'll be improving. And I would like to say that the best inheritance a parent can give to his children is a few minutes of their time each day. I uh, really uh, request parents to spend time with their children to the maximum, because from 0 to 6 years of age it is very crucial period. During that time only children will be improving the language skills easily compared to the when they cross 6 years of age. So during that time you give maximum time you can, and also encourage child in every moment of life, because at home you can, in the natural environment you can teach lot many things when compared to the in the regular therapy sessions. So thank you all. Now the session is open for discussion and queries. If you have anything to ask me, you can. Am I audible? Any doubts?
Ma'am, please give suggestions for opening his mouth, ma'am, first of all.
Good morning, ma'am.
Wait.
Hello, ma'am. Can I ask one question? Hello. Are you audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah, can I ask some questions to ma'am? Hello. Sir, can I ask you one question?
Madam, you're not audible. Now we have people. We have the questions. Can you please unmute and answer, please?
Hello.
Okay, sorry, network issue. Can
Yeah, madam, just one question. At which age my daughter is of 2.5 years old now?
okay.
How does speech therapy can help her? Can we go for speech therapy
Okay.
along with your suggestions?
Okay. You said 9 years old, right?
2.5 years old.
2.5 years old. Okay.
Yes.
So, is there any language delay in your child now? Do you feel some delay?
She was speaking mama, tata, and all those things. But after 1.4 years, she stopped suddenly. And in the lockdown, you were not able to focus and consult a professional like you. So now recently we can MI and they start focusing on speech now. So this is the present status of her.
Okay, so if you feel that, and if you really thought that you thought of meeting one professional because of this pandemic around, you couldn't meet or take her to somewhere. So what you do is, now I have given you few speech and language stimulation techniques to you. You start encouraging the child in each and every moment, and also describe things whatever you does with her, and also instead of you labeling so many things at home, you encourage your child to label it. That means you encourage your child to name the object. For example, do you like to have apple, you have asked, and the child is able to point, and the child is able to point other fruits, vegetables and all, but the child is unable to say apple or orange. What you do is, you just ask, what are you having? What do you like to have? Stop giving yes or no questions. Stop giving choices to your child. Just ask questions wherein the child has to produce the targeted word. Apple. Okay? Take flashcards of apples, and during your free time, and place the flashcards in front of her and keep drilling those words n number of times. Keep repeating those words n number of times. And with the help of real objects also, pass this apple to mama, pass this apple to sister, something like that. Then what did you give her? What did you pass her? You are targeting the word apple over there, and you are expecting the child to say apple. So if the child unable to say during that time, what you say? Okay, you have given her apple. Okay, do you like to, you want to have apple now? Say apple, apple. You encourage the word to produce sound rather than just pointing or you giving choices to her. So you need to insist her to say words sometimes. If she's really just pointing to the objects whatever she want, you just say, okay, do you like to have water? Then you say water. Then you say give. Papa give water, give ball. So you are focusing on the object whatever the child wants. Just the child unable to say, so she's pointing, so we need to offer her. No, you should never do that. Child should understand that when I produce the word, when I ask verbally, that means by producing the word, then only parents will be offering me, otherwise they won't be giving. So you need to practice like that for a couple of days, then slowly you reduce the time. Like immediately you should not react to the child's needs. Slowly you have to tell that, okay, you didn't ask me, that's the reason I didn't give you. So you say apple, then only I'll give you. You say water, then I'll be giving you. Likewise, slowly the child understands that, okay, I need to ask if at all I want something, otherwise I won't be getting anything. So you encourage the child, you insist the child sometimes, then the child will be able to produce the words. And also, if you'd like to visit us, you can come to Secunderabad NIEPID and register with us. Then you have a complete team here. We will assist the child and then we'll start intervention.
Yeah, and she speaks the words when she is angry.
She is?
She repeats the words when only when she is angry.
Yeah, when she is hungry, she is repeating because she is in need. So
not hungry, angry with us.
Angry, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, she's expressing her emotion And also during that time, what you do is that's what it's only or basing on one thing we cannot really work on that particular aspect. We need to start from the beginning. You encourage all the words of the child, you try to improve her vocabulary first, then slowly she will be expressing her needs and all. In angry, she is expressing means she got to know whenever in anger mood I need to produce these words. Might be she heard a number of times at home from the siblings or parents or whatever it is. So ज़्यादा time उन्हें सुने. That's the reason she is using those words in anger mood. She heard somewhere. So she knows that to express anger, I have to use these words. In angry mood, I have to use these words, and someone used, so she is copying. So likewise, if you teach other words also, she'll be talking. Okay.
Yeah.
Any
Okay.
other?
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I have a
Yes, ma'am.
doubt. Suppose previously you said in the previous discussion that is there any language delay? How early we can identify the language or speech delay? And also one more thing, if the parents know about the developmental milestones, what is the significance of knowing this developmental milestones for the parents to identify their children, whether they have any delay or no?
Okay. So you asked me, the first one is like how early we can identify the children with language delay. So as soon as the child is born, are you you are a professional? You are not.
Yes, I'm a professional now.
Okay. So
Prashanti,
sir.
Sorry to intervene. You can ask her to actually visit our website.
Okay,
In the
sir.
website, e-learning modules are there. In that, we have a checklist for assessing the language development in the children. And there is explanation also how to use it, and also that will be useful both for parents as well as professionals to quickly screen and find out whether there is a delay in the child's language development. You can just tell her that. Huh?
Yeah. Parents e-learning tools are available in our website niepid.nic.in.
Okay.
You can parents they themselves can cross-check their language abilities in that language assessment tool is put up there, and you can just cross-check their in that understanding abilities and expressive abilities of the children are there. So they themselves can cross-check and find whether there is some delay in their language abilities or not. And also from the birth history, parents should be aware that there might be a problem in the future learning capacities of the child. For example, delayed birth cry, low birth weight, and other natal history. From the natal history, if there is any significant factors, definitely they should visit professional for early help and also for early intervention.
Okay.
And language milestones are really helpful for everyone. As a professionals, we do follow language milestones, and then only we could say parents that there is some delay in your child, right?
Yes.
So that's the reason parents should be aware of the language milestones, and it is available in our website.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ma'am, I had a query.
Tell me.
I just wanted to ask, I'm a parent. My daughter is 9 years old and her hearing age is 3.5 years. Now she is doing very fine. Whatever slots you have given, like 2 to 4 years, what should be done? She is doing nice, but something is missing. That is, first one is clarity part. Because there was some delayed in her surgery. So that is a lack between her normal age and hearing age. It is a big gap, like around 6 years. So how to work on that? And second thing, whatever I'm telling her, whatever I'm instructing her, she is following very properly. But whenever she converses with others, she doesn't understand uh, same age with me. वो दूसरों के साथ बात करती है ना, तो उसको 2 बार सुनना पड़ता है, और मैं बोलती हूँ तो वो 1 बार में समझ जाती है, तो उसको मैं कैसे कॉप अप करूँ?
Okay. Basically, as you said, she's age appropriate in her language abilities, and only clarity is missing with your child.
Yeah.
And also, she follows your instructions better compared to others' instructions. Initially, you have trained a lot. That's the reason she got habituated to your voice, and also the way you speaking to her is really understandable to her compared to others, because they are new person. Whenever there is some issue with the child, definitely the person who is practicing much with the child, initially child will be understanding only their way of speaking. For example, even though you speak Hindi and others are speaking Hindi, child will be following your instructions more compared to others. This m- this you this thing you might have felt also. And that's
At
the
this
reason
age, what shall I do?
see, you need to introduce uh, to others also, because it's like not one to one. For example, initially you have given lots of uh, uh, the stimulation to your child, she got habituated. Slowly you need to introduce to other speech also. She didn't get habituated, that's it. You she got
Actually, problem is that she 90% I'm with her, 90% of time. So whenever any other person is conversing with her, तो मुझे पूछती है, मम्मी इन्होंने क्या बोला। उसको एक सपोर्ट है कि मम्मी बता देगी, बट अब मैं चाहती हूँ कि वो सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट हो जाए, क्योंकि अब मैं हर जगह नहीं हूँ उसके साथ।
yeah.
तो उसको उस कंफर्ट जोन से मुझे बाहर निकालना है।
Basically we give prompts, no? You stop fading those queuing and all, you stop giving those cues to her, then only she will be trying to she will try to understand other speech, and then she'll try to answer when the situation demands. So you start giving her cues, and whenever she's conversing with others, just ask her to concentrate more. That's it, and you stop giving cues. If you don't understand, you ask. Your child can ask them to repeat something like that. But you stop fading all the cues which you have given earlier with your child. That will really help her, because from the beginning you started giving so much of prompts, so she's depending on it.
Yeah, ma'am. And what about the clarity? What do you suggest for to improve the clarity?
Basically, when coming to the clarity, usually they'll be having uh, clarity issues and also hypernasal speech, and because of that you can ask your child simple technique. I haven't seen your child, but still I'm giving you one simple thing. Ask her to uh, open her mouth widely and talk whenever she is talking. Exaggerated articulatory movements, we call it as. Okay, she has to speak slowly whenever she is talking. She has to pause while talking. That means proper pause and all whenever she is talking. With that, what happens is proper articulation happens. That means the tongue, you are giving some particular space time to your tongue, lips, and teeth to go to the proper place and produce the sound correctly. So ask her to speak slowly and also with open mouth, that is exaggerated articulation and widespread of mouth while talking. This will help her to improve clarity a little, and also if you still feel some difficulty, you can visit us. So we will assess the child and then we will check where is the problem existing.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Hi, madam.
Ma'am, I have a question.
My daughter is 9 years old, madam. She speaks very low voice, madam. So how can we encourage to improve her voice, madam?
Are there any other issues with your child?
No issues. Very low voice. She's verbal only.
Okay.
Fear is there. Fear. I mean, she is afraid of others by seeing others. that kind of fear is there. So she speaks very low voice.
Okay. Only your child has got only speech and language issues or any other associated problems like psychological
Yeah, social.
behavior.
Social. Socialization. She don't have socialization. Those kind of thing.
Okay, in this aspect, usually psychologists may help you to overcome that fear and fear aspect whenever she's talking to strangers and some in a group or talking to the new person. So what you do is you can see psychologists and also for any other concerns you can visit us
Mhm.
because it's a more of psychological aspect than speech.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, tell me.
Actually, my son, he's 13 years old. He's in the autism spectrum. He is also having speech clarity and a low volume problem. He's
Okay.
slightly verbal only, but he's like, splitting the words and telling. The speech therapist is saying he's having some mild form of apraxia. So, any suggestion to improve the clarity and the volume? Other than that, when he's on his own, he can, when he's shouting or screaming, that time the volume is high. But when it comes to speech, no, he's telling very slowly, like cat, dog, I am fine. He will not tell it together. The flow is coming slowly. So, can you give some suggestion how to improve?
Hello. Hello,
Ma'am?
can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, as you said, your child is falling under spectrum, and also speech therapist said that there is component of apraxia, and the child has got low voice. And I have a question like how much the child can speak now, at what level he is, like whether he's using single words or he started using phrases, sentences.
Yes, he's using the sentence also. With
Okay.
some mild support, he's able to tell.
Okay. So it's like a repetition, or on his own also he uses.
Mostly repetition, but slightly he's able to tell on his own also.
Okay.
Some standard question also he can tell, like how old is he and how are you? I'm fine. Those kind of standard question also he can answer.
Yeah. Basically, this is the problem seen in many of the kids, but you need not worry much because first we need to improve his language aspects, then we can work on other voice parameters, speech parameters, and all. Okay, do not worry about the clarity and ask your child to talk loudly. You can just say, I cannot hear you, please say loudly. Because the understanding ability of the child should also be considered here to follow these techniques to improve the low voice.
Okay.
So understanding ability of the child is important here, and also other associated problems are also considered when giving suggestions to the parent. Few when the question which you have asked, it's really basically the child has to follow few things to improve their own voice to speak loudly. So what happens is the language ability of the child is considered to follow few things. So we need to follow more on follow techniques more on improving language aspects. Then slowly uh, we can work on other things.
Okay. And he's avoiding to actually he knows the answer, but the spontaneous speech, no, it is lacking. Like if he's going to drink water, I stop him, then he will say water, but on his own he's not asking. That's an
What
example.
that's what when children learn uh, like to approach their desired thing and then they take on their own, they feel that they need not ask and all. That's the reason you need to hide lot many things whatever they use regularly. You need to keep the things away from them, then only they come to you and ask you whatever they want.
Okay.
Otherwise they will just go to to their to the things, and then they will take the things on their own.
Yes.
So you need to create situations that the child should really come to you and ask you for their need. When everything is ready, when everything is in front of him, there is no need to speak, right? Then you no need to ask you also.
Yes.
Create situations, and then the child will get opportunity to talk to you and express his need. Then only you can extend the sentences, as I said earlier.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Hello. Hello, yeah, tell me.
Hello. I have a question. Hello. Could I? Hello. I'm having a 6 years kid with ASD. Whenever I'm defining or labeling a thing, she's very stubborn and shouting, screams a lot.
Okay.
She's very reluctant and she doesn't want to say the word.
Okay.
So how to go about it? She's still in a single word like Baba, Mama, Papa, like a single word she can tell. But even that single word, whenever we say, she's not immediately repeating. She's having resistance to tell. But she is able to tell that word, but she's not showing any interest.
Okay, basically, the question which you have raised is, the child definitely, as you said, she's falling under spectrum. Definitely, she's going to have other associated problems like some sensory issues and behavior problems, right?
Yeah, that's not.
So definitely, are you undergoing therapies? And are
Yes,
you
we are doing OT and flow time therapy as of now. Play therapy. Actually, she was till last month. She was in a play therapy where they teach. Speech only like a playful manner. So whenever we sit for some table time activities, we expect her to only play. She's very reluctant to go for table time activities. We do have floor time play time also. But all the 24 hours we can't be playing. No, we should have some table time activities like academic and listening activities and other things. At that time, she's showing very much resistance because she is used to that floor time therapy, like play therapy.
Okay. So that you understand, first you do this, then you perform this, something like this.
Like reinforcement or?
First you say this, then only you'll be getting. First you do this, then we will go there. You do this, does she understand some complex sentences like, when you perform this, Mama is going to give you, chocolate.
She is more interested in rhymes, so we'll do like if you do this, we'll put some rhymes. That is only for hearing.
Okay. Usually, my suggestion is, I don't know how well your child understands, and also
her understanding level is very nice, ma'am. Only expressing is not, receptive language is good.
Okay. From the beginning, you need to always tell the child that first you do this, then you'll be getting this. If the child is not following that kind of strategy, then what you do is first you show the things which child is so much familiar and in which the child is interested in first.
Okay.
Then only the child. Then you produce the things unfamiliar thing to the child next. Then what happens? For example, if the child could name few cards, you show them initially.
Okay. Okay.
Then in between you introduce a new card.
Okay, ma'am.
If the child is showing some
easy parts first, and then we have to introduce the slightly difficult.
In which the child is familiar, very familiar, and she will just name the object so easily. Now you produce those cards first.
Okay.
So the child gains interest, and definitely she will sit and then she will name it. Then slowly you introduce the new one. Again, some familiar things.
But sometimes instead of producing the sound, she makes that ba ba sound, like screaming. She starts screaming and laughing, so that our attention is get diverted and we start.
Basically, as you said, I could sense that your child might be having behavioral issues more and sensory. So concentrate more on that first, and also simultaneously you practice these activities. She'll be able to name it in future, but concentrate more on that, because when she is screaming and all the time, you cannot really make the child sit with you and practice. So
Okay,
hand
yeah.
in hand, it has to go with all
Yeah.
other therapies.
Yes,
Alone
ma'am.
speech, we cannot.
Yeah, even I find that behavior issues are more.
Yes,
After this,
behavior.
school has been closed now due to this
Yes.
COVID issue. So all the time she is with us. So that behavior issues are creeping.
So you have to go for behavior modification, and then follow their activities also. Then you practice speech. Then slowly she will get habituated to your activities.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank.
ma'am. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. May I ask one questions, ma'am?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm from.
Hello.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah. Yeah. Please tell me. Please go on. Hello.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes. Yes. Please tell me. Hello. Can you hear me?
Ma'am, myself S.K. Suman from Jawahar. Yeah. I'm hearing you. Yeah. Ma'am, I'm myself S.K. Suman, teacher librarian in Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya in Chhattisgarh, Suratpur, ma'am. Ma'am, I have two questions. One question is my school start from class 6 onwards. So the student from very remote or rural area, the students are basically belongs to remote and rural area. They speaks some spelling problem, some pronunciation problem, not correct spelling. So I want to ask you any specific therapy to correct all this, especially for the children in class 6. First question.
Hello.
The
Your
second
voice.
question is
Hello. Your voice is
for the
breaking.
senior students.
Hello. Hello.
Once again, I'm asking you, ma'am.
Yeah, your voice
Am I
is breaking.
am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Ma'am, it's okay, ma'am.
Yeah, now it's audible.
It's okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Ma'am, myself S.K. Suman from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Suratpur, Chhattisgarh. So I have two questions. One question is for student of class 6 and 7. Basically, my schools, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, run under the Ministry of Education's Government of India. It's a residential school. Basically, students class start from class 6 onwards. So the students of basically belongs to remote or rural area. They are unable to speak means in Hindi or English correct spelling or pronunciations, all these things. So what is the simple therapy to correct all these things? My one question. The second question is for senior secondary students. As a student opt biology, so what is the career prospect as a speech therapist, as you are belongs to? So what is the career prospect and how to become the speech therapist, and what is the qualification, how to get it, all these things. So to my two questions, I want I want to know all these things, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. I have a small question. Do they speak in their mother tongue properly? You said they cannot speak English and they cannot pronounce the sounds properly and speak in English. Can they speak properly in their mother tongue, in their first language?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, mother tongue is speak properly, but so far concern of the Hindi or the English or the regional language, because Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya have a one regional language also. Every
Okay.
Navodaya Vidyalaya have a separate regional language. In
Okay.
my school, Assami is there.
Mm-hmm. So you said
Yeah, ma'am.
like they cannot speak only clearly. Clarity is missing with them. First of all, you need to improve the speech aspects only in the first language. Okay, when the child is
Yes, ma'am.
able to speak in the first language proficiently and age appropriately, then only we can introduce the second language. When the child is age appropriate in the
Yeah,
first language, when the child can understand and speak language uh, properly, then only you can introduce and expect child to speak the second language. Okay,
yeah,
that
ma'am.
is your
Yeah,
English.
yeah.
And your second question, uh, you can attend. We usually conduct the short-term training programs. 5 programs from our department, speech pathology and audiology department. You can visit our programs. You're a professional now.
Okay,
You
ma'am.
can visit our, you can attend our programs. Then you will get maximum inputs in the practical aspect also, theory aspects also. How to improve those children, language issues or speech issues. That will be better. Now, in this conversation, I cannot give you the complete thing because they are talking everything. Only clarity is missing. So you can ask
Yeah, ma'am.
a simple thing. You can ask the child to repeat the word slowly, and if you feel that there is only problem in production of few sounds, then you can note down those sounds and you start preparing words for those sounds,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
start drilling like everyday revising those words with
yeah,
starting with the
yeah,
difficult sounds. In that way it will it will be helpful, but better you can attend our programs. That will be that is a suggestion from me.
okay, okay, ma'am. So this program is in this month or every time provided by
Webinars.
your webinar? Yeah, it's webinar.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
you can
Yeah, it's
you can follow our Facebook page, and
okay,
you will be getting updates on the upcoming programs also.
okay, okay, ma'am.
So maybe we may have in the next week or so. We will
Okay,
update there. Okay.
okay,
Thank
okay,
you.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am. My second question is,
Hello.
my
Yeah. Tell me.
how to become a speech pathologist, and for students for class 11th and 12th biology, PCM, physics, chemistry, biology students. And what is the career prospect of pathologist? Yeah.
Hello.
Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am? Please. My questions.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
actually, we are facing a problem here. Technically, it is not possible to continue the webinar to extend the time more. I'm dropping my email here in the chat box so that you can write me. I will reply to your queries. Okay.
Ma'am, could you provide your phone number or email address? Could you provide your email or phone
There,
number, ma'am, please?
there is a NIPID helpline number. You can contact me through that. Following the
Yeah.
instructions, you can
If
contact me. Okay.
no email address is there, you have provide email address.
Yes, I have just dropped my, mail ID. You can write me.
Okay, ma'am. Right, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you all. If you have any other things to discuss and any questions, you can write me in mail. I will reply you back. Thank you all.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.